All right, you're on air, and when you want to stop it, just click the red button.
All right. Okay, before I get started, this is Google for Leaders, meaning you do not have to be an administrator. If you're a classroom teacher, you are a leader. And basically, I'm going to give you a rundown and get you motivated to use all the wonderful Google apps that we're going to have available to us very soon. Okay? All right, everybody's in the right place? Okay. Okay, my name is Stan McMichael. I'm assistant principal out of Western Elementary, and I am a Google certified educator. I'll tell you a little bit about why I'm here today. Okay, 20 years ago, I was in my classroom, and I was teaching 5th grade. I had about 30 kids, and that day the PE teacher was coming to my classroom, and we were going to have PE in my classroom, and I was like, whoa, I better stay. 30 kids, small room about this size, and we're going to do PE in here. So I was going to stay. So here comes the PE teacher. She walks into the room, and she's got a box of scarves. I'm like, whoa, box of scarves. What are we going to do with this? 30 kids, what are we going to do with scarves? She comes into the room. She walks straight to the front, and she writes down, number 1, she writes, toss, wait, catch. She passes out 1 scarf to everyone. She does that again. Number 2, toss, wait, catch. She passes out 2 scarves. She does that again, passes those out again. She's got 3 scarves now. And I'm standing in the back of the room going, okay, what people are throwing scarves around, but some kids are focused like laser beams. They are tossing those and they're waiting, catch. They're doing exactly what they were told. They're following direction. And I have to raise my hand. Okay, everybody, hold on a second. You're going to teach them a skill on Monday. They're going to be able to juggle on Friday. And it's just 3 easy steps. These kids are going to learn a skill. And I said, okay, we're going to challenge. I've never juggled in my life. I didn't know how to juggle. And I said, okay, kids, we're going to learn how to juggle this week. And by the end of the week, about 90% of my kids knew how to juggle. You're probably thinking, what does this have to do with Google Chrome? This has to do with everything because it was a mindset change. And that day, I realized in 1 week, my kids could not know anything on Monday. By Friday, we could be doing a new skill that we had no idea we could do on Monday. We could be doing it on Friday. Simple 3 directions, and you could learn a new skill. It was a growth set. I understood it that day. From then on, for 20 years plus, I was going to have to constantly change. Constantly grow. And that's what Google Apps are going to help you do. And they're not hard, easy directions. You can change and grow like you've never grown before. All right. Okay, one thing I want to just show, I'm going to have a lot of links on my slides, and those links are for later. If you're redelivering, there's a lot of great slides you can go to. Okay, why change? Why change? This is the big question. You have Excel, you have Outlook, you have PowerPoint. They're all great tools. Why change to something new? You spent all this time learning something, and now they're going to get rid of it, and you're going to have to do something new. So here's why you're going to change. You're going to change because communication. Google Apps allow you to communicate in ways that you've never been able to communicate before. They're going to allow you ways to collaborate. They're going to give you collaboration tools that you've never had before. They're going to give you creative thinking to design things that you have just not even thought of yet. And they're going to allow you to do that right in your classroom. So Google Chrome, Google Apps for Education. Google Apps for Education is called GAFE, G-A-F-E. You're going to see that a lot. There's my juggling slide. If you ever come to Western, you may see lunch duty. A lot of times you may find me juggling lunch things that probably shouldn't be juggling, like milk cartons and other things. But juggling is just a mindset. It has nothing to do with tossing balls. It's all a mindset. Okay, everything I want to talk about today is about the classroom. Here's a classroom. It's one of our teachers' classrooms. But this is not about devices. It's not about a product. Google may be here today. It may be something else in 10 or 20 years. This is about the kids in the classroom and how you can engage them better. Our mission statement, we have some great things here. Learning community, and that's what I want to help you understand, that you've got to help make a learning community, and Google's going to allow that to happen. Continuously improve. I've realized that 20 years ago, and I keep doing that. I continually improve, and we all have to do that. Partnerships. We got to have everyone on board. Yesterday at Western, we had Ruth Hill and Arco Sargent, and they were there talking about APTT, and that's Academic Parent Teacher Teams. But we got a partnership. We've got to make things happen, and you need a partner. Okay, we're going to focus on providing challenging, interesting, satisfying work. Engaging. When you see, how many times have you been doing STEM activities, or have you been doing technology and you're writing referrals? You don't have referrals doing STEM activities. You don't have referrals when kids are using technology. It engages them. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is, I see a lot of devices in here today, but we're going to stop taking notes on paper. There's a reason why. Yes, you say paper, but if you write notes on paper, you're probably not going to share them with anyone but yourself. This is Google Keep. Google Keep is like Evernote. It's like OneNote. Google Keep, you can see, I walked down the hall and I was doing the textbook inventory right on my phone, and saves it right into my Google Keep. This is sort of like a sticky. I call these the stickies. And every teacher, every administrator, you see stickies. No more stickies. You stick them right here. And so this is where I can just type it, add it up, type it in. It saves into my Google Drive, it saves into my Google Keep, and I can do that all the time. You can even do that. Right now. I'll show you. We have. Oh, sorry, I don't have that live. It's not live. I'll do it in a minute. Okay, so Will Larkey's back there. He teaches at my school, and we're going to show you how you can do. We'll show you before we leave how you can do that live. But my slides are not live because the Wi-Fi might not work. And I want to make sure I can get my presentation. So, but Google Keep, you can use Google Keep, or you can use Google Docs. You probably have heard of Google Docs. It's the same thing as Word. It doesn't have as fancy, there's a lot of fancy things you can do with Word you're probably not using. So Google Docs is sort of a stripped down version. In Google Docs, you're storing all your documents right there in Google Drive, which is where all they're stored. Okay? Now, why do we use these things? Let me give you a quick scenario. Communication and collaboration. This month, this is School Library Journal. This month's issue is called the Maker issue. Now, some of you may know what the Maker movement or Maker is. Some of you may not know that. If you've heard of STEM, STEM came from the Maker movement. Maker is exactly what it says, you make stuff. So if you wanted to start a conversation at your school about the Maker, about what that is, you could take the stuff. I just took a picture of the journal. You could put it in Keep, or put it in Documents, and then you could share it. When you share it, now you can give teachers and everybody permission to where they can either comment or they can actually write in. So a big part of Google Apps is permissions. You can give people permissions to view things, edit, or comment. And so it's live. So if you think about this, this is like taking the good old, when you had the paper and the chart paper, and you flip the chart paper over. This is like putting a chart paper up, but it's online. And everyone could write comments. So here you go. So you send that out to your school, and they can start having a conversation about it. They can have a conversation. What is the Maker movement? They could write, I know this, I know that, here's a link. You start a conversation before you ever have a meeting. So that could go on for weeks, maybe a month. And then when you actually get face-to-face with everybody, now you can do something totally actually going, hey, this is the Maker movement, and blah, blah, blah. You can go, no, I'm going to take you four and you four. Y'all are all going to group up, and in 30 minutes, you're going to tell me what you've come up with to implement at my school, to implement at the school. You're not going to have, it saves time. So with Google Docs, Google Keep, these things are going to help you save time. They're going to help you communicate and collaborate better and save everyone's time. Okay, the next Everyone's gonna have, this is the Google Calendar. Google Calendar has something called, you can create multiple calendars. So let me tell you how this would work. This is just a screenshot. So this is my personal calendar. This could be the birthdays at the school. This could be all different calendars. So let's take, for example, say you're at a high school. You're a 10th grade teacher, and you have whatever your schedule is. So you take your schedule, put it on the calendar, share it with the school. So you could have Mr. Blue's science class. This is Blue's 4th grade class. You could, whatever you needed, everybody could have a schedule. Now, as the administrator, I'm not going to have to create all those schedules. They're going to put it in and share it with me. It's all going to be on one calendar. I could have the football. I could have Newton High School's football team. I could have the drama club. I could have STEM club. You can have every single thing going on in your school, and you don't have to look at it at one time. All you do is click, it will take it away. Maybe I don't need to see the football schedule, so I just turn it off. I can turn it back on, turn it off. Maybe I need to see the testing calendar. I can turn that on, I can turn it off. So the calendar is going to help you communicate and collaborate like you've never been able to do before. Because you know you have all these calendars and newsletters and everything going around. Just think if you're a parent and you have a kid at elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. Your head's spinning. Where's everybody going today? But if you could have a calendar like this that you could share with the parents. Now the parent could, okay, Western Elementary School, Evans Middle School, they could actually click and see what was going on. Permissions is really big in Google. You're going to be able to give people permissions to do different things. Sharing, editing, commenting. You can do those things. Any questions? It's a ton of stuff. And what I'm doing is,
if I wanted to add your calendar.
Yep. I'm going to show you all how to do that.
Okay.
Okay? What I want you to do is just give you a little taste of all the things it can do. And everything that I'm going to show you, this little gearbox right here, within a few steps, you can make everything happen with this gearbox. It is almost like I said with the juggling, the 1, 2, 3. It's not super complicated. Sorry, clicker. Okay, so far we have, you have Google Keep, Google Docs, and we've talked about the calendar. This is called Google Sites. Now Google Sites is like a website. Now you say, ooh, I gotta make a website. No, it's very simple to do. They're templates. This was a template that I used, and all I had to do, there's a little edit button, it's a pen, looks like a pen, you click on that edit button, and off to the races you go. All you have to do, you can just change things that you need and add things. For example, this was my testing site. And so what I did was, here's the testing directions. So everything going on about testing was right here. The calendar, the change in the lunch schedule, the change for proctors, even the testing manual was all in one spot. It told you everything to do. And then I had a Google form for each teacher with every day. They would go to the Google form, which is on this side also. They could go, I can go live to that. So here's the actual, I don't know why it's not coming up correctly. So here's the actual site. It's a little big. So this was the daily form to submit. So let me show you. So each day, the teacher would click on BAM, and this is a testing form. This is a Google form. So they would tell me who they are, who's not here, and they would have, if they had any problems. And then I always I participate in training and understand my response. I had that too. Make sure you have that every day. So that would submit, and that goes to a spreadsheet. So when I was trying to do, I have to do my makeups, I just looked at my spreadsheet and I could tell who was there and who wasn't. So this makes everything in one place. This is a huge thing you've got to understand. Teachers, Teachers don't have a lot of time. So we're saving their time because we're going to drive them to one place. We're going to drive them to your site. Okay? So you're going to create this site. So when you create this site, you're saving them time because all they now have to do, everything is at that one site. Everything they need. Everything they needed was under testing directions. Anything about testing that week was right there. Okay? Now the other thing that I did with this site is I'm trying to get teachers used to using it. Because that's one thing, you want to drive traffic there. And so I put some other things here like how to blog. And this was something that, I don't know, you probably heard the cheating scandal in Atlanta. This was an awesome article, Wrong Answers. And it was written before the trial, but I wanted people to read that. Now, how many of you get emails about read this, here's a link, you know, and you never get back to them? If we put them in one place, it's easy for the teachers to go find them and read it, and then you can talk about it. And remember, this is a Google site, and all this is just uploading. It's very simple to use. All right? Any questions about Google Sites?
That's called Google Sites.
Yeah, it will be when next week when you have your training.
Right.
It will be in the icon.
Okay.
I'll show you. Let me. It'll be look, Charles. It'll be right there.
Okay.
You'll be able to click that icon and get all the icons that I'm talking. They'll be right there. Okay. The next thing, communication. Remember, we're talking about communication and collaboration. Okay. This is Gmail. This is my personal Gmail. I'm going to just show you a couple things you need to know about. First of all, there's no folders. If you're like me, you have all these folders where you're putting all these folders in. You don't have folders anymore. You have labels. And what you do is you label everything. Let's say you get an email from the testing coordinator. Well, you can label that testing, but maybe it's about the G-Kids, and you can label it G-Kids. You can put all those labels on it, and when you want to find it, you can just search, and they're going to come up. Also, you have categorized. These are categories. These are right here for you to find what you need. It takes your email and separates it out for you. This is my primary, and then anything to do with social media comes up here. Anything that you're buying, or of course, this is my personal account, so stuff comes up here. These are updates. Like I get an update from Dylan the Guru, and he's a Google guru, and he's always putting stuff in there. So I get updates from him. And this is forums. But also you can star things that you want to come to the top. So this is it's just a different way of making your life easier and getting things you need quicker.
So it'll sort like, I have a lot of folders where I sort like Mark Blue's stuff goes into the folder and it's all right there.
You can actually make a filter that makes all this stuff go straight there.
Yeah.
You can do that. Now here's something I really like. This is called task. Now you notice in calendar there's also a task. If you see right here, it says task. Here is task, and then in your Gmail, task. This is a to-do list that syncs together. You can make multiple tasks, and you can even send this out to somebody. So let's say you get an email from one person, and you have to do, someone needs to do something. You can send them a task with a do list, with a due date that ends up in their calendar. It can make things really easy. It makes you able to communicate, and it saves time. If you need a meeting, let me go back. This is another beautiful thing. This is real beautiful. Okay. Let's say that everyone, your whole school is shared on your calendar, and you need to do a meeting. You gotta have an IEP meeting. You have 7 people you need to get together at one time. Well, all 7 people, you can share it with them, and then it will show you the open times on their calendar. It will give you a time when you can meet. And so before you ask them, can we come at 8, can we come at 9, you can look at all those calendars and go, okay, 10 o'clock. Can everybody come at 10 o'clock? Saves a lot of time. And all these things are not complicated, and it's in the settings. And in 1, 2, 3, you can do most of everything that I'm talking about. All right, so email. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, this is the Chrome Web Store. You're probably familiar with iTunes and all that, app stores and all that. This is the Chrome Web Store. And these are called extensions. If you look right up here, you'll see these are extensions I have on my Chrome. Now these follow me. They're not device. I get them on my iPhone. I can get them on, this is whoever was before me, this is her computer. I just logged into my Google account and there it is. I don't worry about devices anymore. It works wherever I go on whatever device. So, and these stay the same. If you notice, even all of my tabs that I have open, they came with me too. And this down here is called the shelf, and the shelf is there too. Now, these are extensions, and most extensions are free, and they work in Chrome. This right, have you ever heard of Chromecasting? There's the Chromecasting app. But this is the one I would say is the most important for you. It's called screencasting. You don't know how to screencast. Whenever you do a directions, especially on a computer, and you need to show someone how to do something, you can do a quick screencast. For example, most of you had to do SLOs, had to enter those, right? And Infinite Campus. Well, that's something you maybe once or twice a year. A lot of people forget how to do it. You only do it once or twice a year. You can make a little screencast. It shows click, 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 click. You don't have to say anything. You send them that. I had one teacher come to my office that I was really worried they were going to be able to do this, and they had finished, and they said, I just watched your video. And I'm like, okay. That saved me hours of work. Okay? But the beauty thing of that is saved now. If someone needs it, I can send it to someone else. I don't have to remake it. So those are screencast, and this is called Screencastify, and I'll give you this one at the end. Why this is important is it shares easy. There's lots of screencasting, but a lot of times they don't share easily. This one goes straight to your Google Drive, and then you can share it completely out, or you can put it on YouTube. Either way. All right, those are called extensions. Now, I want to run back. Everything we're talking about here is communication and collaboration. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to communicate better with our calendar, collaborate better with sites, communicate better with email. Okay, hopefully you've heard of forms. Forms are really easy to make. They look like this. You saw my testing form, but I wanted to show you something. You're going to see this called add-ons. A lot of teachers are going to want to grade things. If you make a form, you can grade it. So what I did, I clicked add-on, and in add-ons we have, in spreadsheets we have add-ons, but this is the one I want to show you right here. This is Fubaroo. It's a grading add-on. It will help you grade your papers. You make it in form, and then you can grade it with Fubaroo. And these are called add-ons. You're going to want to know how to add on things. And that's right there where you go. This is called Google Template. This is called the Google Template Gallery, actually. Let's say you need a certificate for some reason. When you go to the gallery, someone's probably already made it. At your school, you can create your own gallery, letterhead, SST meetings. All that can be in your gallery. And then teachers can just pull it from there. But there's tons of things like student reports, book reports. There's all kind of already made in the gallery. Okay, keep rolling here. Okay, so next week, these are the things you're going to get. When you have that icon, these are the things. Google Classroom, Gmail, Drive, Calendar, Doc, Sheets, Slides, and Sites. And right here, there's a little 1-minute video to help you all that. Okay? All right, Google Classroom, I think is the huge game changer for our teachers. They're going to want to know how to use this really fast. I got two things. I got a video, and this is a link how to do everything, how they can set it up. They can use these two things, and they live on Monday. I mean, it's all right there for them. Okay, but that's going to be the huge game changer, because now if you were my Google Classroom, I can send out, okay, we're going to do a reading project. Okay, you're going to get something different. You're going to have a different rubric over here. You're getting one thing over here. You're getting something different over there, and I can just send it out to everyone. So it's going to be a huge change for everyone, and it's just going to engage all our students like never before. Also, I just want to throw out a few things. This is a $2 piece of cardboard, and this is something Google's really pushing these days. They're going to have things called expeditions. Now, I took my iPad and used, my iPhone's right there. But basically, all you do is slide your iPhone in right here, or your whatever phone you have, and you can go. You have an app. You can go to Paris. You can go wherever, and it's sort of like virtual reality. These are $2, and you just need an app to work with it. But that's something that's called Google Cardboard. Okay, another thing, you're going to be wondering, trying to sell, as a leader, you're going to be trying to sell this. Why we need to do this. So this is an example of a screencast and one of the case studies. And in Google for Education, you can see all the different ways it's being used. And you can also, I'll show you an example of a screencast where I'm just scrolling through. We click on one of these. It's Huntsville. It's not Huntsville, Alabama. It's Huntsville, Texas. And then you can see what all these school systems are doing. We're not the only one using this. The Google Chromebooks, I think they've sold millions just this year so far. But the screencastify is really what I want to show you how easy. Notice the little circle comes up, and that's going to click. Goes to that. And then you can read about how this is going to go away, but basically what I really like about this is his parents were literally bursting into tears because of the things their students were doing that they never knew possible. Right? It's going to make me finish. Turn that off. Okay, y'all are really quiet.
I have a question on this.
Good.
Can you put audio over the screencast?
Yes, I just didn't say anything because I didn't know it was going to work. You just talk, the microphone, as long as you have your microphone on, it picks you right up. Okay, I want to go to the next one. And this, all this information is going to be, I'll share this with you in just a minute, but this is called Screencastify, and the only reason I'm telling you about that one is just because it shares the easiest. I've used a whole bunch of different ones, and they just never work just right. Okay, these are the things I want you to start doing where you can become Google, you can really dive into the Google app. I want you to stop taking notes on paper. I want you to figure out either on your phone or on your Chromebook or on some type of device, you can put them in Google Keep or Google Docs and start sharing those notes. Oh, let me go back just a minute. When Aaron Corley came over to our school, he was talking about APTT. He said something, he said that education is serious business. And that was like, I was just like, you know, it is serious. And time, this right here is about time. If you're on your device right now and you're here for a purpose. You're here to help the students at your school. And so if you're making up that notes right now to share, because you've got to get more people involved. And I think this is going to help you. It's going to save you time. Use multiple electronic calendars. I would go back, once you get next week when this opens up, I would go back and start calendars. I need special calendars in the elementary school. All my calendars can be right there for everyone to see. I want you to make forms. If you have to document anything, testing, prep, anything, just go ahead and make a form. Don't have a sign-up sheet. You know, when people come in and you go, oh yeah, you've got to sign into this meeting. No, just do a Google form and let them sign in. It saves time, and you've got a spreadsheet, and you don't have to worry about go find that form. It's in a spreadsheet. Okay, make a site. Make a site, because what you heard this morning is what I've been preaching a long time, is we need everybody to collaborate. We need the parents, we need the teachers, we need the students, we need the business world. We need everybody to know what we're doing. Great things go in the classrooms every day and no one knows about. So we've got to learn how to share better. create a template gallery. This can be something that the secretary, bookkeeper, this can be somebody in your school that creates that template gallery that everybody can use. You can take what you already have and it will migrate over from our network. And do PD in Google Classroom. Professional development, you do it already. You do all kinds of things. You can store that in Google Classroom. So let's say you're going to have a class next year and you're going to have it over using Google Docs. Well, create it in Classroom. You're going to learn how to use Classroom. The teachers are going to learn how to use Classroom. And you're going to have your professional development saved. Maybe somebody's not there, then just go to the classroom. Maybe you want to have further conversations about it, it's right there in the classroom. One more thing, make a screencast. If you can do these things, you're going to start modeling as a leader how to use Google Apps. And it's going to help you communicate, collaborate, creatively think, and save time. Okay? All right. Well, I got plenty of slides here. How's my time? Okay. The first thing everyone's going to need to know is Gmail. This is a training site that gives them classes. They can beginner and advanced. So they're going to need that. This is going to be very valuable. All right, I'm going to go back to the classroom. Everything I talk about is about these kids. It's the kids in the classroom. It's not devices. It's not Google. It's not that. It's how can we engage these guys, whether they're 4 or whether they're 20. We've got to engage them, and technology engages kids. And remember, our mission as a county, we want to, I love this, engaging work for all learners and leaders to meet the needs of all stakeholders. Google Apps are going to help you do this like never before. And then I'm going to show you this one video. It'll play. I put a ton of this stuff in the PowerPoint so you can watch it, share it. That's a Google 101 in 101 seconds, and there's tons of, I have a lot of that kind of stuff in the PowerPoint, and what you're going to find out is once you start searching some of my links, you're going to see there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. There's lots of things to help you learn how to use all these tools. Now, Will, did that, what I want to show you now is, let's see if Will has, I'm going to try. Is it a Google Keep?
Yes.
Or Google Presentation?
There's one slides and there's one questions or a keep, and then the slide is in slide.
Hold on. I'm going to make this work. Where's the slide? Okay, so this is my drive, and I'm going to go to shared with me, and
There we go.
okay, so what I had is, there's actually a teacher out at the school. There's a teacher out at our school, and so while this was going on, we're doing a little bit of collaboration, and you can have this going on at any time. Let's see what we got here. Here's some of our chromies. That's what's going on at Western today. There's a few people out there, and it looks like somebody photobomb. And then here's some teachers have fun too. And so they can. So why? It's sharing in real time. Now, what normally that could have been doing, we could have been seeing that while I was doing my presentation. But you can have that in real time and start sharing. And it's all about communication and collaboration.
We actually created that sitting back here, and then the other teacher did it from her home.
All right. Okay, any questions you have at the moment? I know you have like 10,000.
Saying you should go to keep.google.com.
Let me get to the end. Sorry for my. Big finale. Okay, one thing I want to tell everyone here that I started with no computer, no email. So I'm an old guy, and I've been there where that nothing worked. Everyone said, hey, try this. It didn't work. You know, I keep trying it. This would work, that one wouldn't work. But this is what I'm finding, this works. And so when we move into the Google, we have what's called a Google Apps domain. Everyone's on the same platform, it even works better. And so if you will go through my PowerPoint and go through and start learning Gmail, which is going to be the first thing that's going to hit you, and then take my advice, no more notes on paper, make them electronic and share them, and do the little homework things I gave you. If you'll start doing that, you're going to be able to communicate better, collaborate better, create a lot more creative thinking with your whole group, and you're going to save time, which is crucial. Every teacher needs something off their plate. This is going to seem like something new on their plate, but once they learn it, it's going to save them time. All right, so this goes to my slideshow. So if you do a scan over that, we'll do the slideshow, and then also I have a session evaluation that you can scan off of that. Hopefully it'll work for mine.
They have to be a little bigger.
It's the glare on the screen, right? Can you send them to us another?
Yep. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Oh, got it.
You got it?
That one, yeah.
All right. Any questions? Yes.
I just pulled up the Keep on the phone. Do you put in your school email, or will you put in your Google?
Good question. You're going to have two accounts. If you have a Gmail already, you're going to have a personal account, and then you're going to have a school account. So you may want to do one or the other, or you can go back and forth. But if you have an iPhone, on the Google Keep, you have to save it as a home screen on an iPhone. On other devices, it just comes right up and it's an app, but it's not an app on an iPhone right now. So what you would do, you know how to do save as a home screen? Yeah, if you save it on a home screen, like I have a folder,
Okay.
and on my folder, I just have all the Google stuff. Now that's a good question, because if you're using an iPhone, you're going to have the apps on the phone. If you have an Android device, they come up. All this stuff will just come up.
Android devices.
Yeah, it comes up perfectly on an Android device. It works beautifully. You just gotta. It's not an app. Yes.
So can you go back to the QR code?
Okay.
I should use my. Sorry. Instead of printing it out, I didn't want to print another piece of paper with that. Yes.
You were talking about the iPhone and the apps versus the Android devices. You know, the school system provided phones for the principals.
Yes.
I said that needs to watch out. Any reason to encourage maybe switching to Android? I know last year there was the option to stay with iPhone or switch to Android.
It won't make any difference. You just have to have the apps.
You don't see it being a big difference.
No. There's a couple things. The task in Google Keep, you have to save them as home screens. They're not actually apps.
This is we need some education.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, good. I didn't give everybody permission at the moment because I didn't want my slideshow messed up. So I will do that right now. And
We missed the first step.
Do we need to request access or was it just?
Because we don't, we all are personal.
So how long did it take you to become Google certified?
Yeah, because I want to do that.
okay, good. There's two things. I took a test. So to become a Google certified educator, you have to pass at least 5 tests. And those are in the Gmail. The slideshow had a Gmail at the bottom. It talks about, if you click that, that's where the tests are. Well, the tests aren't there, that's where to study. The tests are $15 a piece.
And they're down until July
28th. And then if you want to become Google a certified trainer, you have to do what I'm doing, make videos, get feedback, and send that into Google. And then you become a certified trainer.
I want to do that.
Okay? Now, I want to make sure this works for everyone here, where you can have this presentation.
You may want to also share it on the event app.
Okay?
If we did this, it's gonna go to our personal Gmail.
Yeah, we have to use our personal emails right now.
Yeah, that's what I use too. So it's asking you to log in.
So are you starting on the permission?
Yes.
I don't want, you're gonna have like everybody that's running.
Okay, who's got a laptop? You have a is your microphone on? I'm gonna try something. Who has that you have a Chromebook? I'm getting crazy right here. Open up your Chromebook there. We're gonna try something here. Ready? This is called Google Tone. Watch. Let's see if it works. You need your microphone.
I turn everything off.
Once we go to your slideshow, let's see our Google Docs.
Like how do I find the email? It's like.
Share now. Share Google presentation.
Well, I'm wondering if I was going to share too. Mine doesn't send it out. I usually get it.
Yeah, let me get it another way.
How we've seen change on his docs.
Where you didn't have to have required business. Okay.
Okay, hopefully I was helpful. I'll answer as many questions I can.
I've got a question.
Let me turn off this.
No, that was when you talked about.
Thank you for tuning in.